We're here to talk about gun control today, which really shouldn't be an issue since it's outlined in the Second Amendment that the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. So let's talk about the number one slogan I see. Gun control equals crime control. How are you going to control crime by taking away guns from law-abiding citizens? You're not going to take the guns away from the criminals. They don't follow laws. So you order everyone to turn their weapons in. Well, the criminals aren't going to turn their weapons in. That's why they're criminals. They don't care. And anyways, in interviews I've watched, criminals are more afraid of a civilian who has a gun than they are of the police. Because police have laws. Police just can't pull up and see you breaking into a house and shoot you. And criminals know that. They know how the system works. But if they're breaking into a civilian's house, that civilian can shoot him. Shoot him right there on the spot. And they know that. And it scares the bejeebus out of them. And if you even notice, all of the shooting sprees, they always take place in a gun-free zone. Gun-free zones don't matter. Criminals don't follow laws. We've discussed this. So why on earth would making the whole country a gun-free zone stop shooting sprees? So now let's take a look at China. You cannot own a gun in China. Only the military and police own guns in China. So they have school stabbings instead. People get crazy. They go to schools and they stab the little kids to death. Just recently, they had 22 kids get stabbed and a civilian faculty member in their schools. Gun control is clearly working in that country. No one is shooting up schools anymore. They're going in there with a knife and stabbing everyone to death, which is so much better. The police cannot protect the schools. They literally have now cops surrounding the schools like it's a military base, just to stop people from stabbing kids to death. There's always going to be crazy people. Taking away everyone's right of self-defense is not going to stop crime. It's a ridiculous idea. And speaking about great ideas, they've designed a system where you push the guy with a knife away with a giant fork, as if he's not going to throw the knife at your face. This is clearly another great idea China has, since they're the leaders of good ideas now. On a more serious note, let's look at the teachers who died defending these kids, using themselves as human shields, which is truly heroic of them. It's amazing to think that there's people out there who would do this for complete strangers' kids. What if you gave those people a gun and they were trained by law enforcement on how to use it, how to stop criminals? Those gunmen wouldn't make it 10 feet. But, you might say, what if the teachers go crazy themselves and shoot kids? Well, that doesn't happen. We can look at countries like Israel, where they actually arm the teachers. America pays for it. We put the weapons in the schools, because school shootings are very common in Israel, since they're surrounded by enemies. So actually the teachers have guns. After they did this, was there suddenly a wave of crime or shootings in schools? No. Because now you have a large body of teachers who are armed and trained by the military to defend the children in the school. Now let's take a look at some of the statistics, where you can clearly see every time they ban guns or take them away, crime rate goes up. Every time guns are in abundance, free, open, and easy to get, crime rate goes down. Let me show you. Let's take a look at Washington, where after their gun ban in 1976, the murder rate rose. It was falling right before they banned guns. Then they banned guns, murder rate went skyrocketing out of control until the Supreme Court made an intelligent decision for once and eliminated the gun ban. Since then, murder rates have been dropping again, which is kind of proof in itself. Let's look at Switzerland. They have one of the lowest crime rates in the world, because in Switzerland, they don't have a standing army. They have a militia. If you're a young male in the ages of 20 to 30, you join the militia, where you're trained and you're given a weapon, and you keep that weapon at home. That weapon stays in your house. So about every house has a weapon in it. and there's people who all know how to use the weapon. Does that mean there's so much crime stuff because there's so many guns on the street? No, it's the exact opposite. There's like no crime. Because if you want to rob a bank, Grandma behind you's packing heat in her purse, and she's going to shoot you. The guy you're robbing has a gun on him. He's going to shoot you. Everyone there is military trained. You're not going to shoot up anything because everyone has a gun. But in conclusion, I'll give you a couple of my sources so you can look it up, verify. I got a few sources here. Just kidding, I got a lot of sources. I'll look at them. Bye.